What is up, viewers and subscribers? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy D&AFOOTBALL. So people, I want y'all to take the time out to listen this video right through to the ending because this is a reaction video of what this man has been saying about the Jamaica Reggae Boys after the embarrassment failing of not qualifying for the World Cup in the group stage or from the group stage, people. So this man is one of our biggest YouTubers inside the YouTube space from Jamaica. We're talking about Sir P, people, Politics Watch, and we're going to share a video from what he said, people, about Bailey, Whisper, and RAHEEM Sterling, plus Steve McLean, and he also mentioned JFF. But he said some very good things there, he on point, but I will address some part in it where I would have to disagree on what he mentioned in there because of certain players of not representing their own country, because he mentioned about RAHEEM Sterling and his present situation now and his past with England, where he should have played for Jamaica instead of go to England because we know the ref and the problem and the racist problem that he go through with England. Yeah, I agree with that. So I will give my take on that in between the video, people. So do the like button, subscribe for now, and listen to this video straight to them because he said some very important things in this video, and I don't want you to miss it, people. So listen to what he had to say from the start, people. So big up Sir P on this one, people. I know he's a YouTuber as well and things, so big him up.
And tell me say, long time they should get rid of Whitmore, long time they should get rid of such man. And bring in one real top coach, that Steve McLaren used to all coach England one time and go so boom. Remember one time he go so. By the time the match done, me the same man they must say. Steve McLaren go so boom. I don't know why Jamaica go for Steve McLaren. I don't know this, I don't know that. The same Irish Saxon who was riding on Billy Joe's coattail, the same Irish Saxon who thought his white daddy had fallen from the heavens of Birmingham to come deliver him on World Cup qualification. No one tell me say he don't know why man hire this and hire that, and man should have fired this and fired that. And man shouldn't wait till he resign, man should have fired and all kind of stuff. Guy, we heard you. We all heard the whole only way they went up and down talk about Steve McLaren and top coach and realist guy. Steve McLaren and the little YouTube have something in common. We're both washed up.
Washed up.
Both washed up. Washed up, black up, boy, washed up. Coach. Steve McLaren is a throwaway, unwanted coach. You never know Steve McLaren. Do you know how you can tell when a coach is not in demand? JFF can afford him salary.
Exactly.
We're going there.
We're going there.
I know you're thinking, John, look how long you gone, you come back to the foolishness right away. Right away. Right back then. Do you want to know the number one sign somebody is not an elite coach that's in high demand?
So you hear what he said, people, about Steve McLaren and the appointment of the Reggae Boy national team, where JFF went wrong. You understand where you're going at, people. We all know that Steve McLaren wasn't the top coach at this present moment in England, and yo, me tell you, him deal with it on a level that deal with it wicked.
JFF can afford them salary. Steve McLaren is another example of a washed up foreigner guy who people in a theme own a country and all kind of something. Don't rate him highly, even when Steve McLaren was at his peak, even when he get top job at England. Nobody was walking around calling Steve McLaren an elite coach. Nobody in bodydom was saying that. Nobody, unless you don't know football. Even Steve McLaren at his whatever you consider his peak, whether the England days or whatever, nobody was saying Steve McLaren was an elite coach. Nobody. Only Irish Saxons who so. Because they're friend. And you say man come from England and see one look white skin and them done food. See, we're going there. We're going there.
We're going there.
Steve McLaren is washed. I think he reached Jamaica. You think Steve McLaren had an abundance of options and thought, I'll pick Jamaica. Guy, even Jamaican players don't want to pick Jamaica. We're going there. Jamaican players don't pick Jamaica first. Jamaican players only pick Jamaica when they can't give a play for America or England or France or Germany. We're going there. Jamaican players don't pick Jamaica first. You think Billy Joe will pick first? I remember it clearly before they cure so much. Man, it took a long time to get out Whitmore and get in a real general. No man, I tell me the general is a corporal.
Proud.
And by next week, the corporal will turn constable. Then the constable will turn Cub Scout. I understand that Jamaica is a scrapyard for the world of mediocre rejects. I've said this many times. People will not kill them.
See now, people, this is where I see Pepe go wrong. He said Jamaica is a scrapyard of rejects. And I don't like that word. I hate when people use that word against the overseas players, where when he mentioned reject, remind you that they can't make England and England not looking at them, so they have to turn to Jamaica, which is the second alternative, which he mean that it should have been Jamaica should have been their first alternative. But him not really talking about the players who really committed to the team, like say for likes of Bobby Reid, Mikel Antonio, and all these players. I don't think he go for those players, because why he mentioned that he's going to lead up to where he mentioned Raheem Sterling and those players who, as a black player from Jamaica, represent England. So he's speaking mostly on that part, people. So I get what he's saying, but I don't agree with that scrapyard rejects. No, dump that.
I'm not trying to be disrespectful to Ironman. I'm just saying people need to manage their expectations. I'm saying to you that Jamaicans don't pick Jamaica first. So why would Billy Joe? The reason I'm saying Jamaica is a scrapyard for the world of mediocre rejects is not because I want to sound harsh.
You are.
But it's because I've seen it. Not just in sports, but all across Ironman. No one I've seen it too. Man drop in my place until they say, oh, this is Bradley from so-and-so. And then go on like him and come with something where they never see it. And then you start working Bradley and you wonder what is the big deal. Them all bring him in and triple the salary and them appear you. Next thing you know, you have to help Bradley, because guess what? You have to get acclimatized to the culture and the people, and even you might put on this in a France, but French people have a different culture and mindset than Iranians and Irish Saxons. So now you have to have the Bradley work fee, and you want now go on, but the same company wouldn't pay you half of what them pay Bradley. See, I don't have no problem when the best and the brightest get rewarded, you know. I have no problem if you make a shift from sports to Ironman culture as a whole. I have no problem with elite minds, great thinkers.
All right. You mentioned you kind of shifted the subject to the people. So
great executioners. Steve McLaren brand of football is extremely unattractive. It's an eyesore. Even time them win, it's just, yes, I know a win is a win, because if you win World Cup, if you go World Cup and play every match and win 1-0, ugly, and least the trophy, in a match you still win, but we know that in a football the results matter first, but how you play matter too. And the way how Steve McLaren teams them play, if you know how Finn team them play, we don't know who thinks it will be a great idea for making a coach Ironman. But I guess they're the experts. You got about Steve McLaren don't do business about Jamaica. Nah, Jamaicans don't business about Jamaica. Jamaican players don't business about Jamaica. Let me tell you something, guy. Let's use Raheem Sterling as an example. I think he's a perfect.
All right. So people here mentioned about Raheem Sterling and where we heading to and what he going to say about Raheem Sterling. And he definitely have a point in there, but this is where I'm going to butt in and let you know that this is one of the most important part where he should have been mentioned in the video as well. What causing why players are not or don't want to play for Jamaica during them time. So listen what he said, people.
Example. Raheem Sterling is a Jamaican. Raheem Sterling, when he play for all kind of big side and make almost $1 million a week, had no need to go play for England. See, we're going on a really rough road right now, and people are close and say, why you could chip up? You come back right over the madness, you couldn't come back, and you couldn't just ease back into it. No. This is why, personally, I don't really check for people like Raheem Sterling. Now, of course, I know what I'm going to say, Raheem Sterling having money, and the business me want to check for him, and you can't wait for him to spend money with me. And my opinion, no matter because I'm broke, compared, we know everything for no money and hype. Yes, Raheem Sterling about $1 trillion more dollars than me, and way more hype and feel than I ever see. Now that we've accepted this, let me make my point. Tell you why I'm going to check footballer like Raheem Sterling. Back in the day, they have John Barnes and him, man. Let me explain something to you, black guy. England and them place there, no rate on them. I don't know that. I don't know that. There's no amount of goal you can score to make Englishman love them. No amount of goals. They might go cheer when time you score for the team because they want to win. But at the first sign of trouble, they will turn on you. This is how them place their work. When black football players are win, they are English. They are British in it, bro. The moment them farms start to drop off, they suddenly become Nigerians. They suddenly become Jamaicans. They suddenly become Trinidadians. All if you're born and grow, the moment you stop, give them what they want, the only thing they want from you, which is some goals and some.
And people in that part here, so he kind of bit correct. You're correct. But you're going to reach the part where you're going to mention what I disagree with. Not really say quote unquote disagree, but this is the cause why it happened, people. So let me continue.
The moment you don't deliver, you are the scapegoat. When Raheem Sterling was on farm, he was English. When Raheem Sterling dropped off a farm, he became a dirty Jamaican. When John Barnes did that fire, he was English. Soon as things get spooky for him, he was a dirty immigrant. Let me say this, guy. If you're a Jamaican, let's say for example, you're a construction worker or you're a teacher or you're a nurse or you're a plumber or something like that, and somebody tell you there's a job in America or Canada where I will pay you 10 times more than you're making in Jamaica, and you run the numbers, most people are going to take it. Most. I understand why a Jamaican teacher would have left for Switzerland to work and make 100 times more than they make in Jamaica. I understand why. But I do not understand why a football player who's already making 500,000, 600,000 pounds a week playing for Man City, playing for Chelsea, playing for Liverpool, needs to go play for England too. The money we make playing for the national team is not that great, guy. Most footballers make their money from club and sponsorship endorsements and them things. Them don't need the national team money. So when someone like Raheem Sterling go play for England, I need money more. Now, of course, we know you're going to say, yeah, but you're not a big baller, so you can't say anything. Guy, if me I make $500,000 a week, £600,000 a week, what more me need? My economic needs are already being met. If me I make £700,000 a week, £1,000,000 a week, and that kind of stuff, because them kind of money the football are making, really crazy money. When I talk about blogger boy money, when I talk about artist money, me serious money.
All right, people. So let me get into it. Based on what he said about Raheem Sterling of choosing England at the point in time where he was a hot baller and he wanted by England as well. So look at this now. And this is the part where I kind of differ from what he has been saying, people. I think that Serpi have a point. He definitely have a good point. But this is one of the main things that you have to factor in, Serpi, about players of making decision and choosing to play for England, or why not choosing Jamaica at the point in time. You have a thing called footballing organization, which is the JFF in Jamaica. Remember, you have that in place, and it's this thing has been going on for years and years and years, where the organization are not in the right order. They are not at a level where they could have um, required to bring in a Rhymes training at his peak of his career, because they're not treating the players them correct, and they're not treating them right at the moment. And now we still having the same problem with the organization having problem inside, unprofessionalism, not being clarified or being more outspoken about what really taking place in the organization, and those things is a definite breakdown for the organization, with players who coming from a professional level, and that is a damp on their brand, where they have to be treated better. You understand me, people? So I think that the problem why I think that Rhyme Sterling and other players who is Jamaican per se, are maybe from a parent, grandparent, or mother, father, whatever the case may be, could have represent Jamaica. Yes, I agree. Yes, they should, and and Jamaica should have been their first choice of representing. But you're playing football in England. You're in England. Your parents are in England. You have children in England, and you get the opportunity to play at highest level. And at the point in time, Jamaica was never at the best in qualifying for World Cup. But I know that if they get Raheem Sterling at the point in time, I think that it would have been something different, and more other players would have come in and represent for the country. But I think that the organization is one of the main problem why a lot of players don't choose to come and play for Jamaica, because the organization is out of place, and up to now, so I repeat, the organization is out of place. It has been ridiculously not in place, and that is one of the main thing why players have refused for not playing for Jamaica, and also the treatment and all these other things. You have been mentioned about players playing for their club and don't needed the international money, and that is true, because they don't need that, because based on how they're getting paid, they're getting a millions of dollars week, monthly, whatever, or year. So we don't really have to factor that in and say, oh, they come and play for money. No, they don't have to. So I think that is one of the main factors why players didn't really choose to play for Jamaica and stuff like that. Who could have? Because I think Ramsey should have choose Jamaica, but he's playing at the highest level in England. Man City, it was Liverpool first. He moved from Liverpool, got to Manchester City, and he's still making waves and thing. So we're going to move on to the Whisper, and you also mentioned about Leon Bailey, people. So you were here to say, people.
So I don't think we think for them to love football. I think for them love football can give them, because football can give money, can give fame, can give care. But I don't think they love it. When you hear stories about how people like Messi and Ronaldo, who are Ballon d'Or winners, how dedicated they are, and how they are the first one on the training field and the last one to left. Jamaican ballers who have never tasted 5% of the same success. Don't behave like that. It's because They love what the sport can do for them, but they don't love the game.
True.
They don't love the fans. But me not dash the dirt on Whisper yet. Because Whisper still young. And he would have joined a culture where tell him say entertainment comes first. Whisper was not born and raised in a no society where tell him say guy, focus on the process, focus on this. Put society the riches up. While look on this, when they get us, that's not the culture Whisper grew up in. Whisper grew up in a one dopey but Irish accent culture. When you see him go down that road, it's because he's following tradition. He's following that culture. So Whisper needs somebody to whisper in their ears and tell him say you will build. No phone need to do that. Just like me telling him with the next dopey boy. Remember him? One good season with Aston Villa and Stark, one like Sir England with our deal. Remember him? Remember Leon Bailey? Remember the dopey body? I saw somebody should whisper in a females. What wanted him from with it anyway? I forgot check. When he was riding on his high horse, see, life is very funny like that. But Whisper still young. You have to understand. Imagine being 18 years old, 19 years old, thrown into the spotlight. All kind of money, all kind of girls, and all kind of fame. Enough big man can't manage hype, you know. Imagine a 19-year-old youth. Himself, enough big man. No found a big man out there. If you suddenly start make be a money, start get be a girl and start get be hype, only that on fool. Big man. Now imagine a 19-year-old youth. Now, with that said, you have to understand that there's levels to talent. When they tell you, say, well, when I was 19, when I was 19, I'm saying that proportional to Whisper's level of talent because we've seen what Ronaldo R9 do at 17 years old. You've seen what Lamine Yamal do at 17 years old. You've seen what Michael Owen and them do at 17 years old. We've seen what Mbappe them do at 17, 18 years old. Remember saying in other country man I win World Cup when I'm a teenager. Pele I win World Cup when I'm a teenager. Pele win World Cup when I'm a teen. Pele win World Cup younger than Whisper is now. But we're talking about a different level of talent. So Jamaicans need to manage their expectations proportional to the level of talent we're talking about. The same excuse I'm giving because it's an excuse for him. He's just 19. Chelsea did not start when I'm 17 and 18. Chelsea so over the years, Chelsea Football Club, Liverpool Football Club, Man City, Man United, did have man a regular starter, but they man like 80. We had Rooney and them there.
So yes, people, I will leave it here so and give my take on Whisper, what he mentioned about Whisper. Because I think he's on point on Whisper as well, but he said he's not showing or dashing the dirt on Whisper yet because he's pretty young. So more likely he need the right set of people them in his corner to guide him and motivate him and focus on football and not the media and not being going out to party and all these things because it's going to diminish his chance of being a potential world-class player. I have to use it in that terms, people. So definitely Butler, I know you're not a good type of person to be around this player because you haven't set in a good example for Whisper, and you should have been doing that as a big man and as an agent and everything, whatever you want to put it. So I think that people with Whisper moving forward, I'm not bashing him right now. You have a lot more to learn. He's pretty young, so you have to learn from his mistake. Stop to follow the media. Don't really listen to people what they said. No matter what you do, if you do good, people are gonna talk. If you do bad, people are gonna talk. If you say indifference, people are gonna talk same way. So all you have to do is focus on your career and not focusing on the media because the more you listen and talk about what people said about you, cuss on live and anything, it make no sense. It's just going to diminish your chance. You're going to be hated and people going to talk bad things about you, whatever the case may be. So Whisper, nobody now beat you, but you need to focus on your career moving forward and not focusing on what people have to say about you because people will talk and people will continue to talk same way regardless. So do the right thing, youth, and get the right set of people in your corner and not the people who cannot tell us say you're wrong. You understand me? Because you need a type of people who could tell us, say, oh, as a friend to your brother, you're wrong, so you should never make that move there. That is the type of people you need, and the people who don't want to see you. You know, so people are going to leave it here. So big up on yourself, and that's my reaction. So I will post the link in the comment section, people, for you to check out the full video and thing and listen what Serpy had to say. So big up on yourself, people. I'm out.